Welcome in, everybody. If you're tuning in now or after the live ends, please make sure when you first tune in or while you're watching this to hit that like button so that we can expand this and the reach of this community through the algorithm and give us the best fighting chance in the analytics. I do appreciate every single person that comes in here day after day, despite the bearish tendencies of the market. I do appreciate your due diligence. I appreciate the support you show me each and every day, because without you, I simply can't do this. It's been a little bit of a struggle as of late in the cryptocurrency communities, as we know. But we have to continue to fight. We can't let emotion dictate what we do at these times especially, and we have to stay positive and unified. The members of Tom's Army, you've given me an upper advantage for a very long time, and I greatly appreciate the continued support by the ones who have maintained members. I greatly appreciate the ones who help me do this and show my vision each and every day without having to bow down to somebody else to fund this community. But I do always ask for your help and supporting me if you do appreciate my work. And the easiest way to do that is if we see more emoji badges in the comments, you'll notice in the lives whether or not people are in Tom's Army. That's the single way that I fund this program, and it allows me to keep this afloat. So for those people that are part of it, this goes out to you. A special thank you to each and every one of you. It literally goes without saying. I could not do this. And as much as I need you, or as much as you need me, I need you, I should say. And all are welcome in this community, whether new or existing. If you found your way back, I greatly appreciate it. If you're just looking for a little bit of no FUD advice, I'm more than willing to give you that. I speak from a truth basis. I don't try to sway your opinion of me by telling you lies. And I won't tell you something's going to infinity just to get your dollar. I'm going to tell you the truth, and if you see fit, maybe someday down the road, you'll join Tom's Army, you'll send a YouTube super chat to show the thanks for the time that I put in. So I greatly appreciate everybody. What we're looking at today, Bitcoin's up 984 points on the day, or 2.22%. It went up to just about 45,700. We'll take a look not only at Bitcoin, we'll take a look at XRP as well once we get into the open. We'll see how the back and forth goes, and it'll dictate the direction I go. Other than that, we have to pay attention to a small formation that's formed in the hourly, especially with XRP, a bull flag setup. That could potentially be, we're within it again. We teased the breakout a little while ago, but we'll look at that as well as the golden cross, whether you're looking at the 20 through the 200 day or the 50 going through the 200. We have a golden cross approaching if you're looking at the 50 through the 200, but 20 through the 200, it's already happened. So a lot of information to go through. We'll also talk about how you had some bullish longs liquidate about 400 and I believe it was 93,000 in XRP shorts. So about 493,000 was lost in liquidations due to whales going long. So we don't know if that was a tactic, a play, or if that was to clear up some leverage for lower, or if this is the start of something more. But we're going to go into a deep dive here tonight. So I hope that you all stick around. I hope that you share this far and wide, and you allow your other, whether it's friends, family, or just other people around that are interested in XRP or crypto, to get some unbiased information that you don't have to worry about somebody else telling me what to say. So good evening, 6:41 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Thursday, February 8th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So I'll turn the comments on here. Please make sure to hit the like button. It does help more than any of you could ever imagine. Let me just go into my phone real quick so that I can see the comments that I missed. And then I'm going to shut my phone off, and we'll just do it in real time. That's the way I prefer to do it best. I believe it's the best way for me to just stay in the moment with everybody. So just give me 1 sec. Let me pull up this just so I can get the comments that I missed, as I believe it's important for me to acknowledge the ones who have acknowledged me. So all right, let's see. James Montgomery, welcome in. Good evening, and thank you for being in Tom's Army. With the XRP Predictor. Free Toast, good afternoon. Trader with J-Ride, thanks for being in Tom's Army with the 2-year emoji badge. Plus 2 years. Mario Lewis, good afternoon. Mo, thanks for being in Tom's Army with the XRP Predictor token. That is the, I believe that's either the 5 or 6 month. You and Brandon have that in chat. I appreciate that. UK Phil, welcome in with the second month badge of the Dusty Outhouse Crypto News. JM's a new supporter in Tom's Army this month. I really need to see that. That is awesome to see. That's month one. That's me being abducted by aliens. That's my face superimposed on there. It really is. JW, welcome in, and I appreciate you being in Tom's Army for well over a year with the I Told You So badge. Brandon, welcome in. Hey, C, no problem. I love to give my input, and I like to give the info as I can. Good evening, Michael, Marvin, Black Anemus, Crypto J, Tanya, welcome in, and thank you for being in Tom's Army for well over a year as well. XRP pump will happen with the upcoming news. I say hi, Tom and T-Fam. Hello, Tanya, welcome in, love. Yeah, there is going to be some upcoming news, so that's really what we're going to be seeing if we're going to actually pump or not. I mean, it was a former CEO who said expect big news with XRP. I know as XRP holders, we've been teased in the past, and a lot of times it turns out to just be a drop or, some bias that ends up bringing us one way or the other. We don't know. Shidoshi, we don't know. A former Ripple CEO came out yesterday or 2 days ago now and said expect big news, expect big news. So, I mean, some could say sell the news, but we haven't gone anywhere yet. Nobody's bought the rumor. It's hard to sell the news if you haven't bought the rumor, unless we're just going to continue down in a downward consolidation. I completely agree with you. A lot of times it's to sell the rumor. I mean, sell the news. Miss Vicky, welcome in. I greatly appreciate seeing you in here. And Tom's Army for over 6 months as well. I love seeing the supporters in here. XRP, we're sitting right around the 514 level. As we go into the daily close tonight, we have a lot to look at with XRP. Let me get my other chart in. This is what we're currently trying to form, this little bull flag. And I think it's pretty clear. I mean, I would love for anybody to tell me if they think that I've misinterpreted this. Maybe it's formed into something else. I would love to see. But I think it's trying to speak to us as a small bull flag here in the hourly or 2 hourly. Just in the short time, it's easier to see. But we also have this golden cross. Depending on which way you look at it, we've had a golden cross where the 50s even crossed the 200. That's a traditional sense of golden cross. I like to do the 20 crossing the 200. It gives us a quicker view so you're not lagging behind. But now, even in the technical sense, it's had a golden cross here as well. So it's very interesting to say that we're on a bull flag here, and we've had a golden cross in the hourly confirmed now. And now in the 2 hourly, we're trying to work up here and see if we can support the 20-day on our way up. It doesn't look like we've had any kind of breakout yet. We teased a breakout earlier if you looked at it in the smaller time frames. But as you can see, we've still maintained inside of this formation. But I would love to hear anybody's opinion if they think that this is more than a bull flag or something different. Like, do you think this is something different? Like, I put it over here so it's easier to see. But do you think this is something different, or do you think we're trying to work out of this? Do you think do you think that it can be something like this? And do you think we've formed this bullish or this rising channel? Because I'd love to hear your input. Because nobody says that can't be what formed. We have to make up an informed decision here. But I think a lot of it comes with us bouncing it off of each other. Like, there's a resistance. Like, is this in a channel? And, this is something we have to see here. So it's possible, because it came up with those wicks, that it did form some kind of a rising channel here. It is. And these, if it does maintain in a rising sense, I mean, you could say these are bearish reversals if they're rising channels. But if it's in a bull flag setup, it targets a breakout, and if it does break up, you target, and now that it's over here, let's just say it breaks out right here, you'd be targeting right around 53 cents approximately. If it's in a rising channel, that makes it a little different. Or if it's like in a flag that's I would love to hear the interpretation from the audience, because I could see it either way. I sure could see it either way. But we'll see. Right now, the most important thing is to hold this uptrending support at around the 512 level at worst, and stay in this structure either way, depending on how you determine it. But if it continues to push out, it's going to start forming what looks like a rising channel style, yeah, because you're rising resistance, rising support. Then it would bring you up to like 52 cents after a bounce down here, but then it could stop. Otherwise, if it actually is formed into what looks like this small bull flag, it's easier to see in the hourly, like I've said. But now that it formed that extra area now, that when it came up, I don't know, maybe it is forming some kind of channel. You never know. You never know. So, like I said, I'm open for input. I always love to see it. When it comes to XRP in a grander scale, though, if you look at the golden cross formation, I think that leaves a lot to be desired here. I think this leaves a lot of opportunity here. I really do, because if you have this golden cross formation, until that busts and you lose the support, this is technically teasing a breakout. We know the target would be around 53.1 if it teases, or 53 cents. If we actually do this properly, that's where I think we're teasing for the move up. So, Miss Vicky says, I feel like they might not do it just because of the former employees' big mouths. Oh, you guys are going through that. Hey, Jorge, welcome in. Good evening. It's great to see you in here, my friend. Great to see you in here. What a beautiful audience we have. Thank you all so much for tuning in. As we can see, that's in the smaller time frame, what we were talking about. But if we actually bring this out and we start looking at the bigger pattern, we still know we're in this descending triangle within a much bigger rising channel. It's just a matter of the shorter part of the pattern. I'm trying to figure out if it's going to come out of here, if that's trying to tell us something, or if this is just going to end up breaking down on us. The 4 hourly could be a reversal candle. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. You know, and I like to do it with the community. I know I'm outside today. I was trying to take advantage of the unseasonably warm weather here in February in the state of Michigan. So that's why I'm outside. But the other thing is, I welcome in. I am Yokes. Good evening. Rock and XRP Painter says one of my wife's clients works for USDC. Very interesting. It's a very interesting connection right there. If we're looking at XRP, though, to try to figure out the direction, with Bitcoin, we can see we're overextended in the relative strength. I've said that I thought that Bitcoin could come up, or I thought it was going to target 46,335. I don't know if it can make it up to 50,000 without some kind of pullback to come to the top of the wedge. But what I am seeing is this cup and handle formation, well, cup formation with this inverted head and shoulders, which it looks like to finish this move, Bitcoin should come up to 46,355. And then if we want, we could have some kind of major correction if it's needed. I think that's what's going on here, ladies and gentlemen. I do. It looks like Bitcoin wants to target there. It's just, do we have enough steam to do that without correcting? That's why I keep asking. Do you think we have enough steam to finish this move? Or do you think there's a further correction that must be had? That's where my question is. Wow. I am Yokes. Thank you so much for the $4.99 donation. Your third donation live on the stream and your time viewing me. I really appreciate that. That helps out more than you could ever know to help me fund this station. It's a struggle lately, you know, but we're also in a downtime. So I do appreciate the members of Tom's Army and anybody who has sent a YouTube Super Chat in the past or even just now. I am Yeeks. Thank you so much. You've done more than you could ever imagine to help me grow this community. So do I think XRP can get to 60 cents? Well, I'll finish your comment in a sec. Let me finish this with Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin finishes this move, I have it in two separate charts so that it's easier to kind of look at. Technically, from the bottom after it fell down, this massive move, because it didn't take it from here to 53, after it came to support, it technically plays out to around 47,000. That can happen. We've come out of this bull flag how it was set up before, and I know it can confuse some of you that weren't here before, and I keep pointing to this. We started off this in a bull flag structure. It started off in a bull flag structure, so that's what we assumed it was going to play out as, but then we had this first wick right here that told us, hey, we're in a wedge. Yeah, we could keep some stationary support here and just say the head, but it started to tell us, like, hey, we've got to start to update this a little bit, and then we came up with this because we had a stationary support here and here. We could have brought it down and said, hey, maybe it is some kind of broadening wedge like this, which is probably what it is. But we were just staying stationary, but we can absolutely do that just in case we have another bounce down. Now that it's bounced out enough, it's not relevant to the lower portion right now. But that's what we quickly diagnosed, that we were in some kind of broadening wedge. And this is what it looks like now if you just evolve it. With that 39,868 ended up being a pivot level now at the inverted head formation, if it does come back down. So if you look at this logically, it still speaks that we have some room left to the top side. The fact that we came to on Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was here for the first resistance. Here, let me lower this. I need to lower the... Actually, you know what? Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Be easier to see the arrow. So this was the first resistance on the broadening wedge. Support, resistance, support. The legend says you only need 2 hits on either side of a broadening wedge. Unlike typically in a formation of a pattern, you typically look for 3 hits of support and resistance. The broadening wedge says you only need to hit it twice on each side, and each time becomes more volatile. So you had to swing from 45,000 down to roughly 39,850 area. Then it pushed all the way back up to around 48,000, moved all the way down to 38,450. So about a 10,000 point swing. And now if it comes back up and plays it true, your next hit should be somewhere around 50,000 area. So that's why it's encouraging with Bitcoin, but at the same time, it's so overextended with the RSI. And as I've spoken many times, it doesn't necessarily matter. If they're going parabolic and they're continuing to pump this, it's going to go until the pump is done, until the last dollar goes in. And right now they're pumping it. One way or the other, they've been pumping it. Every time it looks like Bitcoin should come down, it just continues on. Every time the shorter time frames look like it wants to reverse, it just somehow finds another layer up, and it looks like it's doing that again. It looks like it wants to swing up to 46,335. If it does this, we'll have a major resistance coming up here so it doesn't double top at 45,650 roughly. But Bitcoin in itself, I mean, the volume's still there. There's still volume coming in. And the hourly, you can see how it's teased a possible reversal, but it never followed through on any of these. Or the 2 hourly looks like it's got a reversal candle back up again now. Possibly it's telling us after a few down candles. But we can't know it. 7 o'clock's going to be very important on the daily close. Very important. And Bitcoin to finish this, I can clearly see this broadening wedge. For anybody who's still watching, do you see this broadening wedge? Watch, they'll come out with the story XRP's been hacked. Yeah, exactly. Like they did before. But does this look accurate to you with Bitcoin and the broadening wedge? I'm just honestly curious what the audience thinks. Because I honestly think that's the formation it's in. Yeah, we've shown the short-term supports within the bull flag and the short-term formation, how it was. But this is just kind of like a point of reference. I still think it's on its way up back to touch that broad. I mean, it seems like that is the most likely scenario. We can even, I'm going to delete this to kind of clear up some room. We've already cleared out that for the relative strength, and we even came down a little more. We're going to get rid of this because there's no point. I'm trying to make this a little easier for everybody to see. So now if you look at Bitcoin's formation, we can see with Bitcoin, to me, it came down, it's created that inverted left arm, inverted head, inverted right arm, started pushing up. Now the only thing left is that inverted leg in the sand, as we always say around here. So it would have to do something like this maybe, or it comes up and gets rejected here and comes down. But it does seem like 47,000 it's looking hot. Looked like it could come in there hot. You do have that major resistance over the top that we've talked about, and I'll continue to talk about on our way up there at what is it, 46,355, and that's because that's a cup formation. That could be a cup and handle. So I want it to tap it at least at 46,355. I would love it to even hit 47,000. If it does bump up this next, let's say we close in 3 minutes and we start out hot, XRP is not having a bad close here. 515 is not a bad close. I almost dare say XRP is teasing us right now. It's trying to show us a possible reversal in the 4 hourly, but it could be teasing us. It's kind of looking a little different than Bitcoin. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out, because it's going to be interesting to say the least. The daily time frame, the reason I say it's not so bad, I would love to see a close. I would have loved to have seen a close over 5157 from a daily perspective. 5157 would have pushed us over the previous day's high and had a new higher high. Right now, we could have a lower high from yesterday if it closes below 5157. We're definitely going to have a higher low. It's converging. But I wanted to see... Actually, I suppose you could say 5157. Julie, come here real quick. And if you have any relaxation, I encourage you, because I'm outside, I can do this. Relax with us if you want. Make sure to hit that like button. 46 likes, 67 people watching. I would greatly appreciate if you hit that like button and try to encourage more people to come into this live. I think more people would benefit from this live. It's going 60,000. You think 60,000, Lewis? Julie, I forgot to charge my tablet. It's only at 14%. I know I might have to bring it inside. Actually, I could, well, no, I don't want to use that. But with XRP, so what do we think at the close? Do we think this close is going to help XRP? Do we think this close is signifying that we might reverse a little bit? Do we put stock into the hourly, putting in a golden cross, and is XRP going to just come down here and tap it at around 5112? Is that its ambition? You know, these are all the questions I have. These are all the reasons I came onto the live. I could do this myself, but I like to have the back and forth with the audience as well. I think it's a little more informative sometimes to do this, besides just always just doing updates. So, but right now we're in a very precarious moment. But one of the things that can help shape our decision, I want to read this to you, and I think this is pretty informative for anybody watching this live. And you need to know the nuts and bolts here so you can understand and make an educated and informed decision. So whales open bullish long. XRP positions amid liquidation of 453,000 in shorts. XRP might be struggling to sail the current market turbulence, but whales have moved to open bullish long positions amid the liquidation of over 453,000 in shorts, $453,000 in shorts. XRP's journey has not been pretty in recent times, with a host of bearish developments compounding existing investor angst. Some of these developments include a rare SEC win in the Ripple case and a hack affecting Ripple co-founder and chairman Chris Larson. The crypto asset has been flirting with the 51-cent price threshold following the latest market decline that saw it drop from 527, 52.7 cent high earlier this month amid a loss of volatility. XRP has struggled to reclaim the 51-cent level. It has as of right now, with the slump below it compounding bearish pressure. XRP sees 453,000 in short liquidations. Market participants hurriedly created short positions as they expected further declines in the aftermath of the crash below 51 cents. And I said, it could be a very rough couple days for shorts. We've said it. We've seen all the signs that it was a great spot to liquidate the shorts. Are you sure? Okay. However, XRP eventually reclaimed the price point yesterday, retesting the higher spectrum of the threshold in a push to 5184. This subtle price recovery led to massive liquidations impacting existing short positions, which had skyrocketed in the wake of previous price drop. Notably, data from crypto market data provided Coinalyze indicates that XRP traders have recorded over $517,600 in liquidations over the past 24 hours. So over $500,000 have been liquidated out of XRP shorts. I hope you weren't part of those shorts, but interestingly, of this figure, short positions account for $453,900, representing a massive 87.69%. So about 13% of longs were liquidated, depending on the size of leverage, on some of the volatility. Of the total liquidations across the markets, most of these liquidations have occurred on Binance. Notably, long liquidations only amount to a paltry $63,100 in the past 24 hours. This represents the highest dollar worth of short liquidations in the XRP market since February 1st, when market participants suffered short liquidations to the tune of $816,000. XRP also quickly recovered above the 51-cent threshold that day amid a battle of 50 cents. And then this is the part we need to pay attention to. And anybody paying attention, what do you think of this? More whales open long positions following the latest surge of short liquidations, whale sentiment has shifted with long positions taking absolute predominance. Notably, market interest has also risen as futures and perpetual open interest, OI, jumps 2.31% in the current value of $458 million. Significantly, the long-short ratio, which assesses the ratio of long positions to the short positions, has seen a spike over the past 24 hours. Long positions have made up 73.67% of the total leverage positions across all exchanges. This puts the long/short ratio at 2.80. And this is just the chart of liquidations, the long-short ratios, and we can see this. So a similar ratio. It's looking like something's going on, Crypto Scrooge. I mean, something's really going on here. Something's really going on. A similar ratio cuts across multiple time frames at 73.09% in 4 hours, 73.64% over the last hour, and 73.39% in the past 30 minutes. Please make sure to hit that like button. We need more people to see this information. This is the kind of information that can help you make a real educated and informed decision. This will allow you to see some of the whales thinking. This will allow you to see some of the impacts of going short or long in the last 24 hours or so. These are the kind of things I think are very, very important. I think this kind of a live deserves a like. And I call on each and every member of my audience that's watching right now to do me the due just and hit that like button and allow me to grow this audience. I think we have a beautiful audience. We've hit a stalemate, but I think we can start to grow at an exponential rate. Despite being in a bear market, we just need to do it together. I need your help as much as you need mine. Maybe even more so than you need mine. Meanwhile, XRP currently trades for 5130, up 2.23% over the past 24 hours and 2.19% in the last 7 days. Binance has witnessed a surge in volume amid the renewed interest, with the order book consisting of impressive 59.3% buy. Ooh, this is interesting. I don't know. I didn't think there would be as much information when I read this earlier. But there was. Sam, thank you so much for that $19.99 donation. That is so vital for what I do here. I mean, I don't like to stress it a lot, but I think I should a little bit more. The donations, Tom's Army, what you guys allow me to do. I've always dreamed of doing something like this. This has always been my dream, was to put out content. I didn't know it was going to be on social media when I was younger, that I could help people with, that I had an understanding of. But I wanted to do it in a free setting. But that means the community has to do their due diligence, you know, so that we can do this together. And the ones in Tom's Army, ones like Sam who sent a donation, we had one earlier of $5 as well. That helps. It helps me continue to fund this. Allows me to be able to focus on this without having to be tapped on the right shoulder saying, Tom, your time. You have to get more for your time in doing the paid promotions or paid advertisements. Because, like I've always said, if I have to, I will. But I'm hoping to avoid it. And so far, this community has allowed me to avoid it for almost 3 years. That's a long time. It's beautiful. So XRP skyrockets with whopping... Wait a minute. This is not from today. This was from last week. I was going to say that. Wait a minute. That doesn't seem right. Maybe it is. Why does it say 8.2? Let me see something. I mean, this is... I think they just... Did they misprint this? No, that's from a few days ago. It must be. So anyhow, Noah Gardner, or Gainer, thank you so much for being in Tom's Army for over a year with the I Told You So badge. Heading home after a long weekend. And did that say a long week in Texas? If so, safe travels, my friend. My dad's out in Texas on business right now, ironically. So, with what we've read, does that impact anybody's mind on XRP? With the bull flag setup, as you can see, if it's not in a rising channel, because I don't want to put that out there and just say that's what it is, but that's the speculation if we were to continue this on. But look at this from a 1 hour standpoint. If we are in the bull flag, and I'm very excited about being here, like, I don't know if anybody can tell, but one of the most important parts of my day is this live. And more stocks being put into it, because I'm only doing the one live a day now. I'm putting in a lot more content when it comes to The daily updates, as you can see, a lot more time the last couple days, 20-25 minute updates. But this one live a day, I'm going to put a lot of profits on. I'm going to continue to do this one at night until I see it's not worth it, but it's very worth it for me. And I hope that everybody who does enjoy this community and everybody who's here continues to show the support and continues to like the videos. Because if you continue to like and share the videos and continue to show up and show out, I should say, show up and show out, I like that. It'll allow this community to grow and allow each and every one of us to grow. I'm so blessed to be over 20,000. I never thought in my wildest dreams when I started this in my backyard that I'd be over 20,000 subscribers in less than 3 years. Hell, I didn't know if I'd ever hit 1,000 subscribers, let alone 20 in a lifetime. So don't take it lightly, your part in this. You guys have seriously, guys and gals in this community, you've helped me push this so much that it's a blessing in disguise. So anyhow, XRP, we are at that inflection point right now. XRP is at a true inflection point. If this is going to break up it as a traditional bull flag, as it looks like it wants to, we should have a nice move up to about 53 cents at minimum. It's going to be between 53 and 534, so I'd say about 534. And then you're going to want to hold this first here because we could have a level 1 breakout. It's within a bigger descending triangle, but then a much wider rising channel. So right now, though, there's a little opportunity in the XRP charts. It's just, it always becomes a bit of an annoyance when Bitcoin's so overextended. But at the same time, XRP hasn't made this last little run up, and it's teasing us. This is a true, we're teasing. We're being teased, ladies and gentlemen. We're being teased, and I hope tomorrow when I come on, or I hope later tonight, I can say, hey, XRP just had, you know, a little bit of a nice explosivity to the top side here. And some might be disappointed if I come on and say, hey, XRP just went up 3.15% in a candle here. We might have something brewing here. And if we properly do it, it could end up turning into a better than 9 to 10% pump here. About a 10% if it's done right. So we're going to need a little bit of help from Bitcoin still. We're going to need Bitcoin to continue up here, not show favoritism to the downside. As much as everybody wants to short Bitcoin right now, they're getting slaughtered. And I could see a possibility, yes, you could see a topping reversal here, but I could also see a possibility of maybe it flagging out here after a little bit of this consolidation. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out in the next day or so. I'm very, very, very interested to see if this finishes out what looks like a cup up to 46,335. Am I wrong about this for anybody who's still sticking around? Does it look like this is a crypto Scrooge or anybody else who is here? Does this look like a cup is forming? I feel like it's pointing something out here, like the smaller cup, if we can build it properly, then maybe it comes up to the top point here. But right now, I definitely see something forming here. And the fact that we're in a broadening wedge, it suggests that the fact we had 2 hits on resistance, 2 hits on support, the third hit on resistance, the point we went past that pivot point already. Now we're back on top of that 44,000 with this is something to be said here. Because that bull flag is given way because we knew it was in a broadening wedge, so it wasn't even relevant as much, but it was still the significance of those levels. It's the importance of also diagnosing what's going on very early. Even though it's very overextended here, Bitcoin, it's not unusual for it to finish out a move severely overextended. They sure have crypto screwed. The alts have absolutely been forming these same things. I will go back and point at one. We'll go to Tanya's here. I know Tanya was here earlier. I don't know if she's still here. But Tanya, if you're still here, I want to go back and touch base, and then we'll go into the XRP, or I mean the H-bar my chart. But I want to touch base real quick. This is what was shared with me. This is what was shared with me. The cup and handle. And this is what a lot of them, it looks like Bitcoin is forming this cup. It just isn't on the handle yet, but it looks like it's forming the cup. And Algo looks like it's looking for a move out. So if this was an indication, and Algo's moved up some since this, but if this is an indication of the market setups, so why I'm showing you that is, if this is an indication of the market setups, and let's switch gears real quick to H-bar. It's up about 0.05% since the flip at about 7615. This is very much in a cup and handle. I just haven't drawn it into this chart because I don't want to mess it up with just the drawing, but you can see, I'll just show you from an arrow right here, coming around. Now it built this bullish handle. It should come up here and it should have a volatile swing up. Now we are within a rising channel. The formation part it's in this part of the pattern that we've been either bullish to the top side, bearish to the bottom. So we always have this channel in between. It's kind of like the neutral formation. So that if you hold it, which we already have at 7 cents approximately, that has an upside of 8.8. So that's what I think we're working on again. And look at this W reversal with algo. Looks like it's forming this absolutely beautifully. Daily's got a lot of room left. So just pay attention if you're encouraged by algo, or I mean H-bar. Be encouraged for a reason, because there's some encouragement. There should be a reason to be encouraged here. That's not nothing here. This is not nothing forming across the charts. It really isn't. Something's going on here. Something's going on here. We're not being shown this for no reason. Could it be a fake out? Sure it could. Sure it could. Daily time frame XRP's got a ton of room for a run. A ton of room. We can see what it's teasing us. It's teasing us so badly because it's there. It's there. It's a matter of if they give it to us. The more liquidations on the shorts, the more chance there is. That W looks to be in the formation. You had boom, a little bit farther down, and now it's got, I mean, if this comes out, you'll be able to see a nice W formed in here. And if that forms, like we've talked about some of the other formations, it's not as crisp as we know with XRP. Let me get rid of this. Ooh, my tablet's about to die. Hold on, let me go plug this in before it dies. Whoops, I forgot about that. Forgot about it. Hold on. It's been 36 minutes. I'm not ready to give up yet. I'm not ready to call it quits yet. So I'm going to set myself up. Hopefully I plug it in before it dies.
Oh, are you still doing it?
Yeah, it's at 5%. I wasn't done yet.
We were playing with balls that day.
Were you?
Yeah. We grabbed a football, the soccer ball, 2 tennis balls, and then he just ran away.
You know the controls of it?
It's right
Well, yeah, I'm trying to plug this in before my tablet dies. So I appreciate the patience, everybody. It does. Taki says it looks like massive balls from a big bowl. I can see that. I can certainly see that.
Do you have a lot to do?
Huh?
Do you have a lot to do?
What do you mean? Maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes if it goes right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got started.
Oh, okay.
Usually I do something
Something like that.
I'm going to jump outside.
Yep. That's fine. Alright, everybody, I apologize. Let me put something on that you can learn while I'm setting this up on my stand right now. So I think it's pretty cool. We'll go back to Peter's shift, as you know I like to go. And I know some of you will leave. I understand. No hard feelings if you leave. But please stick around. I've got a lot to talk about still. But we've all had our problems with Jerome Powell, so I think you'll appreciate this take by Peter's shift. And I kept it at a certain spot for if I ever showed this.
Tariffs might not be a bad way to raise revenue. He said that he's going to impose tariffs, giving the taxpayer a
Where was
bigger
this at?
bill to pay. You know, just to resist until that string, I think, in 2023. So not even the futures, which trade a little higher. But there hasn't been a single day in 2024 where gold has been below 2,000. I mean, think amazing to me.
No, we want to hear Jerome
Gold has
Powell.
never really looked this good. Technically, fundamentally. And they put a Band-Aid on that, and the Band-Aid is starting to fall off. In fact, New York Community Bank, I remember the name this time, down another 22% today. You know, just today. I mean, the stock is now down at $4.20. It was a $12 stock like a week ago, you know, when they came out with this bad news. The 52-week high is $14.22, but this thing is collapsing.
You know what? I changed my mind. I think you could all do... I think you could all hear about gold.
To get a ticket, although there's an early bird special if people register now. And in the past, when it got to 2,000, maybe it stayed there for a day, in 3-4 days. And that was it until that string, I think, in 2023. So it was very rare for gold to even get above 2,000, let alone maintain a price above 2,000.
Oh my goodness.
But that's what's happened. And to me,
all right, sorry about that, everybody.
Former resistance area where everybody wanted to sell $2,000 gold has now become support, where the smart money is buying the dips to.
Wow, 25 people left while I was setting that up. That's a shame. That sucks, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll try to build our way back up, but that's a lot of people that left. I apologize for that. That took away about good 35% of the audience. Disappointing, but not unusual. So basically we've got with XRP right now. Ooh, that's a little bright in the background. That's better. JW, if my TV was scaring you before, what's it doing now? Or my background. So, XRP, for anybody who stuck around, maybe I should have ended it outside, but I don't think so. It's more about quality over quantity anyhow. The quality of who stick around, you're indebted to me. The ones who stick around during my struggle, because it is a struggle. There's a lot going on here. True, I appreciate you sticking it through. Coppervine, welcome in. Thanks for being in Tom's Army for the second month now with the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. Means a lot. Means a lot. It looks like massive. I like shift. So do I, Crypto Scrooge. Unfortunately, most of the audience does not agree with that, as I found out. Good evening, Carpathian. Welcome in, and thank you for giving me a shot this evening. We're back up and running here. I did not shut this off, but unfortunately 25 people decided to dip out when my tablet was about to die. It only took me like 2 or 3 minutes to set it back up, but it is what it is. So let's not lick our wounds. So right now, XRP, we're in this descending triangle. We're attempting a tier 1 breakout. Now, what we need to fully pay attention to is in this 30-minute time, or actually the hour time frame, but the 30-minute is showing us a lot more right now just because of where we're at in the pattern. So in the 30-minute, XRP, remember, was coming down. Now it's hitting at another reversal. Well, this is the bull flag setup if we're going to break out. So, if this is going to break out, I think we got a chance here. We're going to have to do it off of this flag, and then the technical target first tier breakout would be, as we've discussed from the opening, about 53 cents. Oh, that's why that was there. I don't know why I deleted it. So it would be 53 cents. So that's the technical move that we're looking for here. So, but we have a lot of stuff we can talk about here as well. This is some of the news in here as well with crypto about XRP. So, we've got a lot of stuff we can talk about. I seem to have shot the audience. I guess everybody left when I turned Peter Schiff on. I am shocked that so many people do not like Peter. I am shocked. Maybe just a little bit, JW. So, but I suppose I should say in conclusion here tonight, it's been a beautiful time. I'm looking for XRP to bounce off of this and try to make a move out. That's what I'm trying to do. Jordan said I had to sell XRP because of a jam. Let me finish being able to read that. I know it's a tough time for everybody. It's a tough time right now, especially in the USA, abroad. We're getting pinched right now. That's why we got to try to stay out ahead here, and we got to try to continue to put our best foot forward despite the bearishness. So that's what I'm seeing with XRP. We're looking to see if we can continue this. Julie, like 40 people left when I had to stop. I know, such a sad day. It's okay. It's okay.
Feel any better. A rat ran up to my foot and ran away.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Oh yeah, they will try to price us all out for sure. Crypto Scrooge. That is the truth. So this is what I'm looking at firmly. Can XRP make this breakout? It's about a 3% move, but it does get us out of this first layer. And if we get on top of 534, it opens up the door to the push to the top of the descending triangle, which is actually very important to get up there. I know a lot of people are afraid because of Bitcoin. Remember what I said about Bitcoin when we started? If we start out hot here, and not yet, this isn't hot yet. 100 points isn't hot. But if we start out hot, we could make a very quick run up here to 46,000. Where's it at? I want to give you the exact, like 46,355, which I think would finish off a little cup formation here for Bitcoin. And it would be the lower cup, acknowledging that it could come up a little higher, but that's a nice standard area there. That if it does come out hot here, that could be what it's finishing. So, you know, that's what it looks like it's targeting. Sam SHX. I could certainly try to pull it up. Let me see. I'm not gonna go all around, you know, like from one to the next. Besides what I've been covering today, it becomes a bit much, and then I get burnt out. So that's why I always say, keep into consideration, you know, my time, everybody. So let me see. I'll try to do my best here. Whoa, talk about volatility. Holy smokes. Had 12,000 XP, had to sell down to 6, trying to aggressively put it back by the 23rd. Do you make time with price predictions? Do I make time with price predictions? What do you mean? Do I make the time frame? No, I think trying to make a time frame is a losing proposition every time. I try to make predictions based on the fact what my charts are telling me. Like right now, what the chart was telling me with XRP is that we could have a possibility of a move up. But just because the chart's hinting at it doesn't mean it has to happen. We're in a very volatile swing point right now, and it's going to make it... You know what? I don't like that. I like that. I'm going to take the inner wick. It's my chart. I can do whatever I want. That makes it look better. But no, I can certainly understand your position. Having to sell some XRP, I can certainly understand that. Let's see. You know, I don't even like that because I guess I do because I'm taking the wicks on both sides. Fine. I'll take that because we're trying to figure this formation out. Man, this is at a volatile downturn. I've heard am I looking at the... Wow. That's a pretty big downturn. I mean, a really big downturn. Looks like a big W reversal is happening, though. It looks like in this 4-hourly... It's just starting to really turn around here. If it's breaking bullish, that's a signal right now. And the relative strength, the price trend, or the price action's gone through the price trend line. That's actually a bullish indicator right there. Oh, yeah. The dates on the bottom of my chart. It just shows on TradingView the past, today, and then the current. You know, the future. You can try to line it up with it. That's what I do. I try to line it up with the dates, with the candles. That's how I try to do it. So, yeah, you could say, so with this formation, if you're trying to get a standpoint, how long could this run? Well, there's no real way to say, but if you converge this all the way through, I mean, this is a very long-running descending formation. So until it breaks out or breaks up, if it takes it the true route, this could go on until May of next year. So, I mean, that's one way to do it. You try to look at where it converges. But that doesn't mean it can't have a breakout anywhere in between. Or it doesn't mean that that's even the right setup. Some people would say, hey, Tom, you got to pull, you know, these are just wicks. And yeah, I went from the wicks, but some people would say you have to do it a different way, which nobody's ever wrong. It's just a matter of what do you trust. So, or you could say that that's the formation, and then you just cut it off. That's why sometimes you'll see me with a 2-tier setup, because there's no real way to say, oh, this is right and this is wrong. If you understand what I mean. So... if it's going to break up, it would probably do it from this formation, and then it would break out this year, but it would have to do it. You know, that could go until September, but you want it to hold this support if you're looking for an actual breakout. 0.0032 approximately. Man, this is at a huge breakdown, though. What the hell? The way people were talking about it, I thought it was having a huge pump. Although... what is going on here? It went down that far. This is Tether, though. Oh, my God. That's a huge move from the bottom. That's a 408% move. Thanks, Tom. The true is the right price. Okay. Thank you, Sam, for that. Oh, and thank you for the $10 donation, Sam. Very generous. I'm going to go to BitTrue just to see if it matches up. Wait a minute. Not Nitro. But Sam, thank you so much for the support. That means an incredibly a lot to me. Yes, I do, Jordan. That's what I was doing when we were outside. It was not a cigarette. I don't smoke cigarettes. That was the old relaxation. So when I say relax, I'm referring to cannabis. Okay, this makes more sense. I was going to say, what was I looking at? Oh, wait a minute. What is this? This XRP? I don't want XRP. I want... I don't know. What is it? I don't know if I even clicked on the right one, but... Yeah, I mean, that did have a nice downturn. But you're saying BITRUE. I don't know. I don't know why it's not showing up on here for BitTrue or BITRUE. But that's fine. It doesn't matter. At least we got the chart up there, a different chart. Or Gate.io. Yeah, I don't know what this one is. I don't got time to keep going through all of those, but hopefully I was able to help you on the one with Stronghold. But I just got to finish this up here. I got to finish what I was doing here because it's getting to the end here. Not quite done, but almost done. No, you're fine. Remind me, Sam, on my next live tomorrow so that we can go into it. Taki, I didn't even see what your comment was. You said you never asked me for anything. I'll have to see what that was in reference to. So real quick, while I have your attention, for the ones who did decide to stick around, if we look at the, let's see, if we look at the indicators here, we've got in the, let's see how we do this. I'm going to go to more technicals, and then we're going to see this together real quick. You need a crypto and cannabis section. Yeah, I mean, you might not be wrong. The oscillators are all neutral now. And the daily, 26 neutral for the daily, and 15 neutral, or the summary. So all moving averages are neutral right now. How can that be? Wow. Okay, that seems better. I was going to say, there's no way they can all be neutral. So 9 neutral, 2 buy now. It shifted after the close, ladies and gentlemen. For the oscillators, we've got 10 sell, 4 buys for the moving averages. So the oscillators are signaling more of a buy now than a sell. This is very interesting. So now let's go into the 4 hourly. Let's see if it's starting to shift. See? Remember we were in a strong sell not too long ago? Now we've went from a summer, we've got 5 sells, 12 buys, 9 neutrals, 10 buys and 4 sells in the moving averages, 2 buys and 1 sell in the oscillators. In the 4 hourly, 2 hourly, 3 buys, 8 neutrals, no sells in the oscillators, 11 buys, 3 sells, 1 neutral. Strong buy in the moving averages now for the 2 hourly. Has anybody noticed the subtle flip in the indicators now? Remember, the sell zone was 51 cents just a week ago. Now it's a buy zone. In the 1 hourly, we've got 2 sell, 1 buy, 8 neutrals, 11 buys, 3 sells, 1 neutral for the moving averages. 30-minute in the moving averages were pretty neutral. 7 buy, 7 sell. 2 buy, 1 sell, 8 neutral for the oscillators. So from a longer perspective, it's becoming more and more bullish as we move on. Daily time frame is still a sell, but it's starting to flip a little bit here when it comes to the oscillators. At one point, the moving averages were all selling the daily, so we'll see exactly how this plays out. 4 hourly is starting to speak to us a little bit as it's starting to flip more into a buy zone. So that's going to be interesting going forward. So I always like to share that when I'm on. And then for the Fibonacci, we'll do it from a daily perspective. And the Fibonacci, you have S1 support would be 48.4 cents, followed by 44 and 38. The pivot point is 54.3 cents. Resistance 1 is 60.2 cents. Resistance 2 is 63.91, and resistance 3 is 69.84. If we take it just into a smaller perspective in the 4 hourly, which will maybe sound a little bit more relevant to everybody watching, you've got support 1 right down at 489, support 2 at 47.6, and support 3 at 455. You've got a pivot point at 509, which is actually a really good spot right there. You've got R1 resistance, ironically, at 53.03. And what's the technical target, everybody? I mean, you can't make this stuff up. 531, 53 cents. The technical target on a breakup out of the small bull flag we've been talking about during this entire live. We've got resistance 2, according to the Fibonacci, at 0.5431 in the 4 hourly and 56.3 cents in the 4 hourly. So I think that's a good way to look at it. And you know, if you're looking at it from that perspective, from a monthly perspective, you know, we're in interesting spots. The oscillators are flipped to a buy. The moving averages are still lagging behind because the monthly hasn't closed yet and it's in a sell still. So, and in the weekly, it's still a strong sell, but this weekly candle is currently going. It's going to look a little better at the end of the week, assuming we continue in the current trend. So, I do appreciate everybody tuning into this live. It's been a beautiful live. Beautiful live. I appreciate the ones who stayed and supported. I appreciate the ones who stayed. Well, I had to charge this especially. Thank you to the ones who donated. You've helped me out more than you could ever imagine. I hope that there never comes a time where I can't do this. But for now, I don't see that time anywhere in the horizon. And as long as we continue to have that support, we see those emoji badges in chat, and we have the generosity from each and every one of you, I won't have to reach out and do paid promotions or anything like that. That's the one thing I worry about the most when we're in a slower time, is that one day I'm going to have to do that. And that's the one thing I truly don't want to do. So that's what I'm fighting for each and every day. Some people say I beg. I'd say it's not begging. I would say when you put in as much time as I've put in, you know, you hope that you're worth it. And you don't have to go through extenuating circumstances to reach your self-worth, you know. I have a vision. Free for all, a helpful community, positivity over negativity, and a way for us to share it through love. I think through love and kindness is how we're going to get this done together. And together, I really feel like there's nothing we can't do. This community's gained a lot of trust. Yes, we're going through a slow time. Very slow growth lately throughout not just this community, but through crypto. We've been blessed to get over 20,000 subscribers, and I've been blessed to have each and every one of you. We did get up to 77 people in here. Most of them left when my tablet needed to be charged, but that's okay. Some of you stuck around, and you should be acknowledged. The members of Tom's Army, again, I can't thank you enough, because without you, I simply can't do this. I don't think people understand how strapped this station is just because I don't do the paid promotions, advertisements, and sponsorship. It's a lot different than most that you would see my size, you know, so we really run on the nickels and dimes. So I appreciate it. Thank you all so much. If you appreciate what I do, consider hitting that like button and subscribe. Until later, I'll catch you.